There are people who speak God's name every day, and there are people who live His love without ever saying it. This is not a story about prayer, books, or church walls. It is a story about a quiet heart and a simple kindness that spoke louder than faith ever could. Sometimes God does not choose the most religious voice in the room, He chooses the most innocent one. This is the quiet choice made by God. Sundargram was a village that woke to the sound of a church bell. Every morning, before the sun rose high, people gathered inside the church. Voices filled the air, prayers spoken with confidence, hymns sung from memory. The villagers believed this place was close to God. Those who came every day were known and respected. The faith was visible, practiced, and loud. But at the edge of the village lived a boy named Ira. He did not attend church. He did not know the words or the hymns or how to even kneel the right way. He lived alone in a small hut. No one was there to teach him how to pray. Mending broken tools, carrying water for strangers, and leaving scraps of food for animals that wandered near his door. Most days, no one noticed him. Some days they did, and quietly judged. When the drought came, it came without warning. The river thinned to a shallow stream. Fields cracked under the sun. Animals grew slow and weak. Fear settled over the village like dust. Inside the church, prayers grew longer. Voices grew louder. Candles burned late into the night. We believe, the villagers said. God will hear us. But the sky remained empty. One evening, as the light faded, a stranger walked into Sundargram. His clothes were worn from travel. His steps hurried. He was not going anywhere, but still he was going to some place. He passed the church without stopping and followed the dirt path towards the edge of the village. There beneath a dry tree he sat. Ira noticed him while carrying water. You look tired, Ira said. Are you thirsty? The stranger nodded.
Let's dig a little more.
Ira
buddy.
returned to the riverbed, dug
Almost
patiently
there.
into the
One more
earth,
scoop.
and waited slowly.
Yep.
Water
Perfect.
gathered.
We did it, boys.
He filled a cracked pot and carried it back. The stranger drank. You didn't ask who I am, the stranger said. Ira shrugged. You needed water. That night they sat together. Ira shared his simple meal. He fed his dog first, then his guest. Above them, the sky was still clear. No clouds, no promise. Ira was upset. By morning, word of the stranger had spread. The faithful came to him, and they found him outside Ira's hut. Who are you? They asked. Why stay here with someone who doesn't even come to church? The stranger looked at them kindly. I have come to choose, he said. The village fell silent. They recognized he was not a normal man. The faithful stepped forward. They spoke of prayers offered, service attended, rules kept, and sacrifices they made. Their voices were steady, sure. The stranger listened. Then he turned to Ira. What would you ask of God, my child? He asked. Ira hesitated. I don't really know how to ask. I've never prayed to God because I don't know how to. But the animals are thirsty. The children are hungry. The old people are tired. I see their tears. He lowered his eyes. If God is listening, I hope He helps them. The wind moved through the trees. Clouds gathered quietly. Rain began to fall, not all at once, but enough to soak the dry ground. Soon the earth drank deeply. People cried out in joy. As the rain fell, the stranger placed a hand on Ira's shoulder. God does not choose the ones who speak his name the most. He chooses the ones who live what others only say. When the rain stopped, the stranger was gone. The river returned, the fields softened, life began again. The church bell rang next morning, just as it always had. But the village listened differently now. They had learned that faith can be loud or it can be quiet. And God, it seemed, had always heard the quiet ones first. Faith is not always found in words. Sometimes it lives in small hands that help, in hearts that care without being seen, in kindness given without expecting anything in return. God does not ask how often are you noticed, only how deeply you loved. If the story touched you, take a moment to reflect, not on how loudly you believe, but on how quietly you live that belief. Thank you for listening, and may we all learn to hear the voice God hears first. Please like, share, and subscribe if you actually liked the video. Thank you so much.